Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Manchu.
So, today we are going to be finishing up the Qing of China achievement. There are actually quite a few achievements that I have access to on this run, but that I'm not going to be getting because of the fact that I'm just kind of losing my focus, and I kind of want to do like some RPG stuff, and you can blame Persona for that I have lost my focus, but that's fine. So, for example, this is a good one that I could easily obtain just by keeping Manchu around and annexing a bunch of territory. Right, there's grain here, so if we were to just sort of annex this whole area, I'm sure that we'd get a decent amount of grain provinces. There's presumably a decent amount of grains in China. I mean, rice is a grain. But anyway, so that's an example of one. I'm having a reasonably easy time right now keeping up my horde unity. I haven't had to do anything to do that, and we would obviously be able to take out anyone over here pretty much. I believe so anyway. Might have difficulty with the Ottomans, but I'm thinking no. By the time we got all the way over there, we would have no trouble dealing with them. So anyway, we're having some like this is a pretty good opening. I think that if you want to in your games go for a lot more achievements, this is a great opening to try for it. The Qing of China achievement really gives you access to a lot of the Horde achievements. It's an easy way to get Nahuatl as a secondary religion for Tengri, because it's 1501 and I've already got colonies heading toward Alaska. It's not that hard to get to Mexico from here. But anyway, so the next war with Ming, we are going to be stealing the Mandate of Heaven, which will allow us to form the Qing dynasty and feel nice and comfy. So I don't think I'm going to form Qing first, because that'll basically make Ming more powerful. And I think we are good to go here. So, yes, I need to make some states. So Buryatia is something that should be a state. We've got a lot of potential income that's not obtained because of this. And let's see. We're leaving a lot of development on the floor there. So South Zungaria. Outer Mongolia. Take a look. It'd be really nice to be able to look at my states and just sort of organize them by my most valuable states. So Shandong is a very high value state, I'd say, overall, but it is so high. I guess it doesn't matter. In the long term, even though the long term doesn't really matter right now. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to finish coring all this stuff, I believe, yeah. So we're gonna finish coring, and we're gonna go after the Chukchi. Now, we can't go after Mongolia. Alright. So, no going after Mongolia. We have Chagatai Khanate rebels spawning soon. These are what? These are pretender rebels, so that concerned with them. And we are now making money, so let's get our crappy general over here, and we're gonna go ahead and annex these guys. We need control of these provinces. So the tribes are demanding control of provinces. And it really doesn't matter at this point because I'm going to be giving them I'm going to be getting rid of that group entirely soon. So close this. So they have their military moving along. I'm not going to split this army because I don't have vision over here. So I also do not have I don't have any of my cannons here. I'm going to put oh never mind, that guy doesn't have any. I thought that I had the siege guy, but nope, he died a long time ago. So we're not quite the top ranked. New air is not great. Pretty terrible. Alright, so what next? We're just gonna chill. So the Chagatai Khanate rebels are an existent threat, but not a very large threat. Increase stuff here. And since our autonomy there is over 50%, we might as well do that. So we're getting close to having our so we can no longer claim the Jirim would be part of our and I don't want to increase this because I have overextension right now. Wait, what? Ah, that's, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to increase the root out corruption value. And let's see here. Italy, Urumqi. Okay, we're gonna just move these guys to Bekbalik. Okay. These guys are actually fleeing from something. Oh, they must have declared war as well. Okay. Alright, so we need to wait for either this stuff to be cored. I am just gonna chill for now. It's gonna take way too long. Okay, so we have a lot of money going out. And I'm not actually sure why. I guess I'm going to go over and raise war taxes. That'll help me a little bit. My army maintenance is still crazy, though. Which is weird, because all my units appear to be at full strength. So what do I want to do? I'm actually not sure why the overall cost is so high right now. Alright, let's... I don't want to fire this guy because... So yeah, we just had to take out a new loan. Okay, just won the siege. And the annexation comes out. Alright, let's core this stuff. And I cannot actually... More people means more taxes. And I do have the plus 111, right? Yes. So my overextension is a little high now. I'm losing money by very rapidly. I'm going to pay this loan. Entirely sure. Not entirely sure what happened to my finances, honestly. So we've cored a bunch of stuff. Oh, well that's useful, kinda. So this guy is way better than my previous heir. Problem is that I'm still really high overextension, so I can't pump up my stuff. Okay, so... Oh, lovely. And he's cruel. So I should be able to clear out most of my overextension very shortly. So next month. Wow. But yeah, I guess I just can't afford to have as many troops as I have right now. I have all of these cavalry who are not. Oh wow, the Timurids are so tiny now. What's over here? I have a while to go. So we've got all that done. We can now go ahead and do this. Get ourselves back up to +1 stability. We are hemorrhaging money. So we have 2 coming out in gold in fort maintenance. So I think I'm going to destroy the castle in Beijing. As well as this one down in Gwangju. And what next? Just... I wonder if I could take the Mandate of Heaven. If I were to declare war on a tributary. It's a 50% war score thing. So now my finances look better for some reason. But yeah, Ming has lost a lot of their income. So... Who's coded? What? Let's say Yarkand, it says codent. They are not showing up on my list of existing. Something weird happened? Because generally, I mean, it shouldn't be Yarkand. Because Yarkand is at war. Not seeing. I didn't see it on the list when I Googled it. Not Googled, but used the find feature. I think it's maybe. It might be a nation that I can't see right now. Just because I'm really curious, I'm going to go ahead and accept this. So I now have an alliance. It's definitely not Yarkand. So it has to be someone that I just couldn't see before. We'll see if it... Ah, so Codent is up here. Okay, that's fine. This is someone that I can diplomatically annex. I don't want to get them as a tributary. I'm actually going to do the same thing down here. I do not need a spy network here anymore. I can now invest in administrative technology. It's January. I don't have to wait. I don't have to do it now. I'm gonna wait a bit. But naval ambitions will coming up eventually. And let's take a look here. Yarkand. So if I were to declare war on Saragir, Qing will join. Okay, what else? Okay, that's going to be expensive. I need to get my horde unity up. I'm not going to be able to annex these guys for a while. So I just need to find someone else that I can declare war on. Someone in a different area. I guess I could just start pushing these claims, but I think... Actually, how long do I have a war or a truce with these guys? 9 more years. The Age of Discovery is ending in 121 months. Okay, so... So who am I going to go after now? I could go after Muscovy if I wanted. So Oh, and I even have Humiliate Rival as a war goal. So who do I have as rivals? Ming, Muscovy, and Hosokawa. So I guess I could come over here and fabricate a claim on Ainu if I wanted. The problem is that I need to have a fleet if I'm going to... Wait, Ashikaga is an independent... Ashikaga is independent. Interesting. And are you... Ability desire is not very high. Okay, well... I guess I just need to figure out what who I want to attack. And why. I guess... My war exhaustion is still reasonably high. Whoa, my war reparations are through the roof now. What happened? Oh, Ming must have just made a bunch of money from something. But yeah, the income that I'm getting from Ming is actually halved, which is unfortunate. So I have some claims on the Timurids. If I do declare on them, why am I getting so little diplomatic power? I feel like I should have more by now. Alright, well, I think it might be time to just declare the next war. We can send these guys down to Samarkand. We can declare war on the Timurids. And if we want to, we can probably take their territory for ourselves. But Kazakh is giving us claims all over the place, so... I could also probably force vassalize one of these groups. Not the Timurids, but can I force vassalize you? I could force vassalize Khiva. That give me a claim here. So if I do that, rather than expanding Kazakh more, I can then bring someone else. And again, it really is better for me to get the Timurids first. Let's just declare this. We take these two provinces. I think that'll bring them down a peg. They don't seem to have any allies. in time? No. So we're just going to leave them all here. There we go. They should arrive in time now. Yeah, they'll arrive on the 20th of July. And let's see here. These go down here, they will arrive on the 20th of July. Because we've taken most of the loot here. It's 10 value province. And yeah, I think that the reason that I've been losing money has honestly just been that I need to be in a continual state of warfare. You need to be using these armies to loot. You can't just be resting on your laurels. And let's see. So speaking of that, colonial enthusiasm. Now, if I were to what? They're having internal conflicts? Poor bastards. Oh, nice. So we get plus 20 horde unity, which mostly negates the penalty that we just got for having our ruler die without an of-age heir. And can I send somebody? Oh. Did I click on the right province? I did. Rough times. Okay, we want to get naval ambitions ASAP. Sure that yeah. So Yarkand and Chagatai are fighting. Oh boy, my, it's so expensive. So we just won the Siege of Kulob. And the Kiva have a couple of territories that the Timurids do not have cores on. As do the Khorasan here. But I think generally I can use the Timurids as a vassal if... Oh, I guess I can't get them as a vassal, can I? They're away. For me to successfully... Because I can't release them as a nation if I don't fully annex them. I can't vassalize them if they're too big. question is, what am I doing? I guess I should send these guys over here. What to do? What do I do? I guess I take all the territory that Afghanistan has. The problem with taking all the territory that Afghanistan has, of course, and using them, is that I'd much rather use the Timurids, because that would give me access. I guess they don't have that many cores, not as many as you'd expect. And I do get the ability over here to get at least a few provinces. Afghanistan actually has some cores from Delhi as well. Alright, so let's do that. We're just gonna take all the cores of Afghanistan. So first things first, we can give this stuff to Kazakh. And that doesn't give me what I need there. I can't take both of those cores for Kazakh, actually. Okay, so they are unwilling to do that for right now, which is a little strange. Once this finishes, we're still only up to 69% war score, which is very strange. We have control of Karshi. So Kiva is Kiva's not a great vassal over here. Persia's too big for me to use effectively here. I'm actually going to have a lot of trouble here from these rebels if I don't tick this up and peace out immediately. Why am I only at 73%? Oh, the Timurids control this province over here? And they have a fort here. I see. So if I take one province off of this peace deal, I don't think that it's a good idea to... $81. So 86 isn't quite enough, so getting myself down to 81 is probably my best bet. This costs me a decent amount Oh, that's why, because I keep spending it. I'm an idiot. I don't think I need to get this immediately. I'm not in a super big rush. So we're gonna do this. Okay. So we now have tribal conquest casus belli. And the question is, who do we want to go after next? How big are you? 229% total. Oh, I forgot to actually send. So Codent is now a vassal. One, 443. So Delhi considers this core. This is Afghan culture, so I think that going after them first is probably my best bet. Then again, they are pretty... That would be a much larger war than my other options. Khiva has its independence guaranteed by Uzbek. Khorasan is completely alone. So I'm gonna wait 1 month. We're gonna have to take out another loan, of course. And for some reason, these guys are at 55% now. Ah! We'll grant them Kulod because that's the thing that they wanted. Unfortunately, I have to placate local rulers. Alright, so before we do this, we're going to declare on Khorasan. Oh, I can't create nations while I'm... Alright, I'm actually just going to create Afghanistan now. Unfortunately, not having an easy time keeping their liberty desire low. Okay, so we now have Afghanistan. The question becomes... we go after. Okay, so for whatever reason, I still have the show superiority. Casus belli. I don't think I should have this Casus belli, but we're gonna go ahead and use it. Alright, so it looks like if you're looking to expand, you want to make sure that you're forming your nations early in the month, because it doesn't look like it actually ticks over and removes the casus belli for a while. Let's take a look at our military. These guys have 5,000 troops. So I can go ahead and just wait another month here and then go down south. So we can take a bunch of territory. Keeping our horde unity up. Keeping our finances up. This guy's okay. The next guy could be really bad. And it looks like I gained 5 horde unity. Whoa. What are they? There's a bunch of Cindy peasants coming at me. Okay, so I can't actually go this way. So we have Korean separatists in 2 provinces. So, GG. Where is Jeju? Okay, well, I never would have found this because it's called something else. No, this is it. This isn't it. Didn't I type in Jeju? Ah, okay, it's this province. So we're up to 35% here. I'm just gonna fully carpet siege them. We have won the siege of Kandahar. Just gonna go right over here. And should all work out. So these guys are coring this stuff, which is good. And my finances are doing okay as long as I'm in the process of looting. As soon as I stop looting, my finances look really bad. Well, we should be able to probably... I don't think I can annex them, right? Yeah, I can't annex them, but I can take a very large amount of property from them. And then I can give Afghanistan its cores back. And I could go here. There's multiple places that have reference to this Baluchistan place. So the Siege of Birjand is over. We're now sitting on 99% war score. Three, 6. So if I do that, if I do that, I'm going to want to give pretty much all this over to Afghanistan. And the question here is, would I rather how much territory do I want to keep for myself? I guess at its core, it depends on whether I can actually core any of this stuff, so we'll find out about that in just a second. This is going to cause us to suffer 68% overextension, and that's easy to resolve. We're just going to go ahead and give this to Afghanistan. Okay, the stuff that they do not have a core on, I'm not going to give them. So this gives me 52% overextension. And a boatload of provinces. So how long do I have before the next... I have 11 years, which means that I'm going to want to start using my admin power to be sure. So let's... Let's go ahead and raise all this stuff. And we're going to take these provinces for ourselves. A lot of money, actually. I can now get naval ambitions if I want. And I think I'd rather have naval ambitions than the last point there, so we're going to do this. We're going to send somebody down here. And let's take a look here. You guys can now explore. I'm going to explore the Northeast Pacific. And we're going to start coring. So we can core all of this stuff for ourselves. There's no reason to give it up to any of our vassals. And I'm going to keep that for now. And we can go... What am I going to do with all this military power? I can't even strengthen the government with it anymore. don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. So, do we want to go against Kiva next? Kiva is someone that I'd probably just be annexing for myself, pretty much. So it's probably silly to go after them. Sind would be a good position to release this Baluchistan place from. I don't have any Baluchistani territory, do I? Pretty sure, yeah. None of this territory belongs to any other entities. So... Baluchistan. Baluchistan is not terribly large. So, who do I want to go after next? There's a lot of aggressive expansion that I'm dealing with over here. I need to pay attention. The Ottomans are almost like capped out. I'm not sure why it is that I haven't actually run into any problems there yet. I'm big, but I'm not so big that I'm immune to those. Let's see. So if I were to declare war on Delhi, I'm going to end up with way too much aggressive expansion if I keep going, I think. That's part of the advantage of these reconquest wars. Alright, well, Kazaki Liberty Desire just got too high again. I'm going to go ahead and placate the local rulers again. It's very simple for me to do that because... And Uzbek just entered a coalition. I thought that I had a peace treaty with them. So... What's an issue? Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. A few people are joining coalitions against us. And if I wanted to... I'm actually not sure right now. If I were to declare war on this coalition, whether it would call Ming in or not. I just don't know. It's fine. We're just gonna start improving relations over here. Okay, we're gonna get these guys somewhere coherent. And if I can get my relations with these guys high enough, I might be able to get an alliance with them. I don't understand the whole. Lately, our focus has been primarily naval oriented. It doesn't seem like it's true at all. Okay, so spread is at 60 per year. And we should be able to send someone to both of these provinces. Yarhu. Alright, so this place is now a 322 province. Not too bad. Let's see. Countries wish to hire condottieri. So Persia is currently at war with the Timurids. And their aggressive expansion is below 50, so they're not going to be willing to join a coalition against us. Question is, how do I get my money in good order? I like diplomatic aid. And do I have anything I can do military power at all right now? No. Fortunately, I have a lot of interest to pay. Okay, so who else do I have nearby that I could go annex? So they're rivaled with the Mamluks, Castile, and France. So Nogai is something I could form off of Uzbek right here. And if I form them, I can then do reconquest against Muscovy to take a bunch of territory from them. So, but that said, I'm gonna focus on dealing with the Ming for now. Okay, well, I just keep getting more and more loans. I'm up to 6 loans already. So Kazakh is down to 37% liberty desire. Hopefully we can keep them on the low side. I'm gonna see if there's anyone who makes for a good tributary. I'm actually pretty close to being able to establish these guys as a tributary. I can actually send people to the Andamans right now, which is a pretty decent amount of range that we've got. So if I wanted to go after Sind, I think at the core of it, I want to deal with these Khorassani separatists before. Doing anything else. Alright, so we've got. How many troops does Ming have now? Ming has 46,000 troops. So, It's very interesting. And I still have 9 years. So I can't quite get an alliance with them with what I've got now. So if I can get my diplomatic reputation to be better, that will help. So, yeah, if I could get an alliance with the Ottomans, that makes my life really easy. I can almost get a royal marriage with these guys, actually. So if I could get a royal marriage with the Ottomans, diplomatic power is just too expensive. Ah, here we go. There's... If only we had common sense. Okay, send these guys back. So in several of these provinces, I can actually increase my autonomy. So I can't send gifts while I'm running a deficit and have loans. So we're going to finish coring. And it's... So we have this place here that has 5 unrest that we can't get rid of. Everything else we can completely cull the unrest out of. So since I'm not going to be making states out of this, I can go ahead and increase my autonomy here without penalty. Send these guys down here. It's not going to give enough. Oh yes, it will. There we go. So my unrest in this area is now sitting on 0. And with the unrest in this area at 0, we can get these separatists down to 0. And then move on. Okay, so in 3 years, we're going to be going after Ming directly again. And we are going to be stealing the mandate from them in that war. You know what? I'm wondering if it's time. It's not. We want to do this war first. So, the tribe estate is causing problems. We're going to need to take out another loan in order to deal with it. Alternatively, we could debase currency, but I don't think that's a good idea. We're going to take a loan instead. We're going to support the tribes to get them back to the point we want them at. And somebody's willing to hire condottieri. So I don't know why I have these guys. It takes so long for people to actually arrive. Let's go ahead and do... Alright, so we're able to reach there. Okay, so we can get this now, we might as well. We get access to a new approved war taxes. Anything else? Actually, I'm gonna get adaptive terrain, I guess. Do I want to start a golden era? Guess I might as well. So we got Global Empire. And slowly but surely, I'm hoping to get my finances back in order. I can probably improve my relations with them enough to get where I need to be. We're now paying a lot in interest. So in 2 years, we're going to be going after Ming again. Send these guys down to here, I guess. Okay, so I can now do a royal marriage with them. And if we have a royal marriage, I don't think that'll give me enough for an alliance. And I actually can. I can now get an alliance with the Ottomans. Perfect. So, having an alliance with the Ottomans will obviously be substantially helpful. Having the two largest great powers in the world aligned in their interests. Okay, so we're now allied with them. Can go ahead and offer them military access. I want. I think I need to though. Okay, so the Ottomans are now allied with me. I don't have to worry about the thinger too much. The possibility of coalitions. So we have a truce with them for a little over a year, and then we'll just be able to go after them. I'm just going to increase the speed. Again, I'm wanting to do more like RPG stuff, and I'll probably do a similar run to this again sometime. But just not Just not off of this run, probably. And this is a good run. I'm not sort of abandoning the run because I'm in trouble. I'm just kind of wanting to do other things. And the problem is that with a game like Europa Universalis, if you temporarily shelve a playthrough, it's very hard to come back to it later. Ooh, strict now. So next month. So Kiva left the coalition. Explore. Specific, yes. So where's her capital? So we can now declare on Ming. And the goal is going to be to take the Mandate of Heaven. So Yanzhou is the wrong one. It's Yangzhou, which is right here. And it only has a rank 1 capital fort, so it should go down very fast. Okay, perfect. So let's see. They rule over these guys and Yarhoo. In we go. Whoa, hello. Do we want to go in there? This isn't a good fight. Let's not do it. There's no real reason to fight. An army that size. I can now get modern theocracies if I want. And that would allow me to get the next administrative idea group. Okay, so these guys are done. Fendong is farmland. Fendong is Fenyang. Okay, so once we've got control of this. Okay, so those guys are causing some problems for us, but that's okay. We can take control of the capital and take control of Nanjing. And once we take these two provinces, I'm going to send my troops back to go wipe out their army. Now, the difficulty with the stealing the Mandate of Heaven casus belli is, first of all, if you can't take the capital, that's a big problem. But even if you can take the capital, it's still not a superiority casus belli. So it's actually very hard against an empire as large as Ming to do what you want to do. So every year we'll drop 10, well, it'll drop 9% off of the cost for getting the next rank of admin tech. Ooh, we got a wall breach. Excellent. I still haven't finished looting this place. Pretty crazy. Yeah, these are both very high value provinces. Fortunately, one of my vassals got their army obliterated over there. And we're just waiting to take this. Once I take this... Oh! Let's do this. I completely forgot that I had the capacity to do that. So if you have sufficient artillery, you can use military power to create a breach now, which is a really big deal. So we took the capital, and we can now move these guys back. I'm going to set all of my vassals to siege. The Age of Reformation just popped. How many troops do they have over here? They have lots of troops over there. This is grasslands. We should be able to catch them, take them out. Where's the rest of their army? What? They had a whole army over here. Oh, did they get on the boats? They got on the boats. You sneaky bastards. Okay, so that's some trouble. But they're going to where now? They're going to Zhenjiang. And we can arrive first, probably? No, but it doesn't matter. They have very few troops there, so... So, there we go. Took those guys out. Just pop over here. So once we take these provinces, I'm going to just send these guys. Down to the farmlands here. We're not going to use this Datong place. Don't need to worry about it. So Ming now has fewer troops than I do. And so if we want to take the mandate itself, oops. That's 50% war score. And then we take 98% overextension. So, in this war, we can both take full overextension as well as... So here's a question, actually. Do I want... Is it better for me? I feel like it might be. It might be better for me to take a bunch of the Western territory instead. These guys are at negative 49%. They're not very good at this whole thing. So we're going to just move these guys down here. And we're going to run into a problem here. It's actually tempting to send these guys in to help defend. And it's not going to work. Okay, so we just lost one infantry unit. And these guys are going to get themselves obliterated by my army. Which they could see coming. I have no idea why they're going to do this, but works for me. Okay, so that army's toast. We have 28,000 troops up here. I'm gonna get my troops in position. Invest in the naval force is perfect because I don't actually have any meaningful navy. Loot has become self-sustaining, which is great. We now have a colony over here. And this is steppes, so we should be able to easily crush through their army here. And there we go. It's the complete, well, maybe not complete, but near complete obliteration of that army. Unfortunately, they are going to send some people to attack my single units, but I'm actually gonna have these guys go to Chahar. I should be able to just have these guys roam around and deal with whatever problems crop up. So these guys are trying to siege back their capital. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe them. We have a level 2 fort over here. I'm going to attach these guys to that other unit. So this is farmlands. We are even going to be on the defensive. So we took another fort here. These guys are going to Can I arrive there first? 22nd? No. We can't arrive first. But honestly, I think that it's worth it. We should be able to... Oh shit. That's more troops than I expected. Doesn't matter. There's just too many penalties that they have stacked on top of each other for them to survive. This is farmlands. So we can get there. These guys are going to Jinan. We're going to just keep following them. Alright, so these guys should go down to Qing, I guess. Let's take a look at total forces. They've still got 34,000 troops. And Serigio Gear is on its way out. It's going to here. I don't actually want to meet them there. And there we go. So we managed to catch up to these guys, which means that we're going to be able to take them out. And we can keep exploring. Okay, so these guys, I think I'm just gonna have. Oh, I guess I should have them go to the places that actually have. This has a fort defending it, so no reason to try and do that. But because you can force a breach, that's actually really interesting and will potentially speed up the more late game wars by a considerable margin. Because usually, because you couldn't actually get because you couldn't get a thing, even if there were only like 100 troops in a province, they were able to, or not in a province, in a fortress, they would be able to pretty much hold until you managed to tear down the walls, so that, or you waited out, you know, them starving, which takes less time but still takes months and months and months to happen, particularly with a higher level fort. But if you can force a breach, it means that any fort that doesn't have a very large garrison don't need to keep. Do I want to get this now? How much does this cost? It actually costs a small enough amount that it's worth to do, because I can immediately pick up the administrative ideas group. And we now got manpower recovery and mercenary costs. Of course, I don't have any mercenaries, but that's beside the point. These guys, I think, are mechanically similar. But are not the same as mercenaries. So they don't have a mercenary cost modifier associated with them. Okay, so I can now do this if I want. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take before we can get colonialism, but it shouldn't take too long once we've got our... Well, I mean, it's pretty much not going to happen right now. We've got... because I'm going to be ending the run before it happens. But basically, Alaska isn't going to take too much longer to form. We've got two colonists working on it right now. And we should be in good shape. So we've got 25,000 troops down here. And we're sort of just punching our way through their territory, carpet sieging everything we can. We're still losing money. I guess it's got all the fort maintenance. Because yes, it's the fort maintenance. It's not the 9% interest, or not 9%, 9 ducats in interest that I'm paying every month. Certainly not all those peacetime things that I got. Okay, so I have to be a little careful because I don't really have a lot of infantry relative to the cavalry. we just won the Siege of Wuchang. And these guys are getting their butts kicked by my rival, or not my rival, my vassals. So, where to now? I guess Chengdu. So the more of their forts that we can take, the better. I don't know if... Oh, I can actually take this as well. And get 104% overextension. That seems like a less than stellar idea. Oh. My vassal troops actually lost that fight. Well, that's too bad. These guys are going to head down here. So they now finally have an actual penalty for devastation. I'm gonna see if these guys are just gonna... Nope, they're coming toward me. Okay. I'm gonna move these guys together. Why don't I have a leader on either? Oh, great. Let's recruit a really trashy general. Okay, it looks like they're bringing 30,000 troops down here. I have some concerns about that, so I'm going to bring these guys. The other direction. So, these guys have decided to besiege this. And these guys are going to Runing. So 30,000 troops, huh? Is that the entirety of their army? Not quite, but pretty close. Do I want to go in on this? I mean, I do have dramatically... Okay, we're gonna go in on the smaller group first. And the smaller group is now locked in going to Xi'an. And we'll arrive here early enough that I think we can take these guys out before they even arrive back. Yeah, I'm glad that I pushed those guys out first. So they are now going to Wuchang. Unfortunately, I do have the penalty for my cavalry. They really do not have an easy time with it right now. Alright, so we're just gonna try our best to siege down all these provinces. It takes forever, as you guys can see, to fight any sort of a war against Ming. Unfortunately, I had forgotten about this. So I don't actually want all of this territory, I think. This territory seems to make sense, but I'd actually rather take all of this territory. See, if I can flank them, and I want to shrink the overall size of the battlefield here, right? So this gives me a huge amount of territory here. It gets me a border with all of these guys over here as well. And it basically allows me to get some very good stuff going. Okay, so we just occupied Yicheng. Probably wait. But one of the problems that I have is that they're able to just go charging all the way up here or over here, and I have to guard two flanks that are so far apart. Whereas if I take a bunch of this territory over here, I don't have to worry quite so much about that. The distance between the two flanks starts shrinking dramatically. So this is highlands, this is jungle. This is farmlands, we'll just go down here. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna go deal with... Let the Khan go with whoever he wants. Let love blossom in our empire. I guess we technically don't even have an empire yet, do we? Alright, so we're gonna arrive here on the 19th. Okay, so we won that fight. And that's useful. So we're at 76%. Do I technically need... Now, I won't have the extreme penalty the next time I would have gone to war with them if I reinforced speed increase is actually pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so we are almost there. Oh wait, that's only 88%. This isn't the full thing that I had intended to take. So we definitely want to take this. We want anything else. This is the... Yeah, let's do this. Oh, these guys should probably go do something useful. So we are getting there, slowly but surely. And that's interesting. What? Ye separatists start spawning right now while I'm trying to get my troops in position. The timing on that could not have been better for the Ming. Let's tax it. Okay. Interestingly enough, I don't know where these guys are going to run to. There's not really a lot of available locations for them. I guess they're going to have to run over to here, maybe? Let's start moving over this way. Because if I can just... Oh, that's the other thing that I should be doing. Ooh, that's cool. We're going to do war reparations instead of taking the last bit of territory. So Kodiak has become self-sustaining. And we can just keep expanding through. Okay, so there's a call for peace happening. I don't actually have enough infantry here. I'm gonna go for it anyway. Alright, so it's 3 war score, and we ain't there yet. So I'm gonna just head up there. Just realized that duplicate rulers here. Okay, so all we need is a little bit more war score. We'll be able to do this. I'm going to get this now because the core creation cost reduction is going to be a pretty big deal. So, I'm actually going to go over here. Okay, we're up to 87% now. Still not quite enough. There we go. So we forced a breach. We're now at 78%. Should be pretty smooth. Oh, we're good. We're at 96% war score now. I don't know how we got to there, but we did. And we are ready to take this. So we're going to take a pretty big chunk out of them here, as well as taking the mandate. Taking the mandate makes them stronger. There we go. We can now form Qing. We now have 50 meritocracy. And Boom. So, commanderies of the 5 armies has gained a dominant position in our country. This means a change of policies. Okay, so we formed Qing. We can now expand the palace bureaucracy, I think. Though conduct a population sentence might be a better option, actually. So how do I... Wow, that's a lot of penalties right there. So, let's see. I'm gonna do this. Do I want to do that? How do you increase meritocracy? Ah, right. You need to have you have to have advisors. Okay. So we now have a bunch of estates complaining, but unpause this for a second. We just got the achievement Qing of China. So, where are we? Why is it still showing up somewhere? Oh, did it just disappear off the list? I thought that they showed up at the bottom of the list with as completed. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this Qing formation stream. We've managed to take the Qing of China achievement. That was my, fundamental goal here, and I'm happy to have done it. Let's see. Increasing mandate is good. And I'll need to, obviously, start getting my prosperity up and start accumulating tributaries. So I don't think they do not lose their tributaries, but I gain access to the forced tributary casus belli, which is potentially quite valuable. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today, and it's actually early enough that I'm probably going to start up another stream shortly, and I think I'm actually going to do Jade Empire because it seems appropriate given the context. Later, folks.